everybody. I hope you guys are having a great day. So I wanted to talk to you today about how to get over your, breakup or loss of a job or something negative that has happened to you. You know, when I look back at where I was last year at this time, oh my God, you guys, I was a hot mess. I'm not kidding. I was a horrible mess. Trying to fight my truth, trying to prove myself, really trying to be loved. I didn't have the level of self-love for myself that I have now. I've always loved who I am, but I always masked it for others because they couldn't handle it. Well, so I'm going to kind of explain to you like how I got there. I've got 16 minutes on my timer, so we'll try to do this within 16 minutes. When my ex, soon to be ex, and I separated, for the first probably 5, 6, 7 months, every time we spoke, I was yelling at him. And what I was trying to get him to do was see the truth. What I realized was that he didn't want to see the truth. He wanted me to see his version of the truth, and I just couldn't do that. And I even told him that living in his truth went against literally every fiber of my being, and it was true. I cannot live in a lie. And so but unfortunately, he couldn't see my version of what the truth was. All he saw was me yelling at him. And I understand that. That's fine. I mean, I was using some pretty foul language when I was talking to him, but I was never calling him names. I didn't call any of his family member names. What I finally realized, and I'll be honest with you, I started watching tarot probably around July, and I even prayed to God and said, please, Lord, don't hate me for watching tarot. And I actually love it. I've bought all these cards and everything, and I actually just got, let me show you. I just got this new deck off of Amazon. It's called Arcanum. And they're like oracle / tarot cards. So like this would be the 8 of Wands, and it says 8 of Wands right here. And then it gives you the upright meaning and the reverse meaning. I don't do reverse cards at all, so I don't have to worry about that. But anyways, here's what I realized. Nothing in that relationship was going to change, period. Nothing was. And I could either continue to live my life feeling like a victim, or I could look at what happened and look at everything that happened. See, I thought for the longest time that if he just got rid of his son, everything would be fine. I was fooling myself because everything wasn't going to be fine. As I started thinking about what happened, the more that I realized what he did to me, the things that he would do through before I even left, I didn't like it. And I was like, well, wait a minute. Even if this problem gets fixed, I still have this problem. I still have this problem. I still have this problem. And I was like, oh my God, I wasn't happy. I realized that it wasn't just that one issue. That was the biggest issue. But the issue was I didn't like how I was being treated. I don't hate my ex. I hate what he did because we fight spirits and principalities, not each other. He hasn't gotten to the point where he can allow himself to be who he wants to be. I have. I started watching tarot. Well, he's totally against tarot. That was going to be a problem if we ever got back together. I mean, we weren't going to, but and I started looking at it and I'm like, well, wait a minute. If I have to change who I am in order to make this relationship work, and he's not willing to change who he is, this relationship will never work. Well, as months went on and after we got into our new place, I started putting the pieces together, and I started realizing that what I was going through was based on how I saw things. I didn't see things as they were. I saw things through a distorted lens. And when I realized that God wants us to grow through our experiences, not go through them, we're supposed to grow through them, it made all the difference in the world. I did one video back in like April of last year, and I didn't do any more for months. I was scared to death to get on YouTube. I was scared to be seen. And now I have like over 130 videos on there. I like doing videos now, and I like being able to help people. And I realize that my messages do help people. What I would like people to know is that if you can look at how happy you are without having to experience the negativity, then let the negativity go. Grow past it. Think about your first boyfriend or your first girlfriend. You don't miss them. Yes, it was horrible when you went through it, but your life is better now. And that's what I started realizing, was that as long as I was sitting in that same mentality of he hurt me, all I was doing was hurting myself. And when I got to the point where I was like, okay, wait a minute. I know I've got a bigger purpose. And God and I had talked about it, and I started realizing that the experience that I went through was to help me grow. It wasn't to hurt me. It was truly for my benefit, so that I could become the person I needed to be and help others. So think about this. The pain that you're feeling right now will not last. I guarantee it. When you can look at things from a different lens, everything looks differently. Everything. When you look at things from a perspective of everybody has their own trials and tribulations that they have to go through, we don't have to be a part of them. We have the ability to step back and remove ourselves, but not carry the pain with us when we leave. I went yesterday to the DMV, and I've got to get my title out of my ex's name. I put it down there because he's a veteran, and I got a free license plate, and I didn't have to pay taxes on my car. It was really cool, actually. But now I got to go pay the taxes on my car and get my own insurance, all that. Well, couldn't find my title. I thought it was in my safe, and it wasn't in my safe. It wasn't in my car, and I'm like, gosh, where is it? So I went to the DMV, and they said, okay, fill out this form and then have him sign it. And then you got to fill out this form to get an expedited title. Then you need to bring your paid tax receipt and fill out this form. And I'm like, oh my, and these are front and back. I mean, if you've ever looked at, they're awful. Anyways, so as I left, I was like, okay, I'm not going to bother with it. I'm not going to be upset about it. It is what it is. What am I going to do about it, right? So I came back home. I took my dog to the park, and we're sitting out there at the park, and I'm like, Lord, please, if I have to fill out these forms, I will, but please let me find that title. I came home, and I have a folder with all my kids' birth certificates in it, and I pulled open that folder. Do you know that it was the first thing that I found? The very first thing. So now I have my title. I don't have to fill out 2 more forms. 2. I only have to fill out 1. And I don't even know that, and he won't even have to sign that one. I'll sign it because that will be the new title in my name only. I've owned my car since 2016. It's paid for, and it's been paid for years. So I don't have a car payment that I've got to pay for, at least, thank God. But it's like when we can look at some things that happen to us like okay, well, it is what it is. It changes how we feel about it. If there's nothing you can do about the situation, then there's nothing you can do. But nothing will happen unless you make choices. Your choices and your actions determine the outcome. When I had to text my ex last night, and he ended up texting me and he said, I only want good things for you. And I'm like, okay, thanks. Thank you. I appreciate that. And at the end of the conversation, I told him, I don't hate you. I hate what you did to me. And he just sent me back like a sad face. And that was it. Oh, that was 11:11 on the timer. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate the man that beat up my grandson. I don't hate people. I feel bad for them. I feel bad that they have not been able to overcome the demons within them and within themselves to be able to get to a happier place. I owe everything to God. I owe every part of me to God. I look at the squirrels, they want for nothing. I look at the birds, they want for nothing. I see the deer, they want for nothing. I want for nothing. The things that we want I'm getting goosebumps all over. The things that we want in this world are our own fleshly desires. I am in this world, but I'm not part of it. I'm not. I don't want all the I don't want to be the most popular person in the world. I don't care. I don't want to be the most popular YouTuber. I don't care. You know what I want? I want to help people get over their demons. That is what I want. I want people to know what it feels like to live carefree, to be happy, and have love in their heart. This is the last thing I'll tell you. The one thing that helped me get over it the most was feeling grateful. Because when I look at where I was 13 months ago compared to where I am today, I'm a totally different person. I'm in a totally different situation. Oh my God, I got goosebumps. And I owe every bit of it to God, every bit of it. Because I followed his direction. I took action on what he told me and kept love in my heart. Anyways, keep love in your heart, you guys. We love you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.